Okay, we are live. Let me go back on my LinkedIn channel. LinkedIn. Oh, sorry, sorry, sorry. So, so. Yeah, hello guys. Hello. Okay, so guys, sorry, the first live that I launched didn't the microphone was off and we were not getting what I was talking about. So, and that was really stressful. I think that now everything is working all right. We pretty get what I'm talking about. I think the voice now here is pretty good. So let us continue with what we were doing. So as I was saying, what we want to build this. So now the next step here we're going to do is to try and understand no we try and understand how everything is, how to create this lighting effect, because as you guys can see here we have like an array, we have like an over effect that's there. So I wanted the border to be highlighted, the border of these dips to be highlighted. So how do I do that? So now let us first of all be sure of what we did here. The first thing we did here, we created three different div components, or HTML component: the button, the left button, the input statement, the input box, and the right div. So, and inside it we put in it was inside, sorry, a div, the wrapper. So this thing with the green light is the wrapper. So what we basically did was we use flex I was that thing flex item center to have this type of, you see that everything is covering and it's not good. So we have like flex item center to have everything squeezed in the middle. But if I say flex item, flex item n, like this, everything goes down. I hope you guys understand. So we shall say flex items center. That's it. So that's how far we have gone with the building or the cloning of the app. So now the next thing we're going to do here is to make sure that the borders of our app is being the border, sorry, of this div in green to be highlighted. That's it. So now the thing we're going to do is, where is it? Here's the div. We set here border 500. We shall remove that color and say, for example, give it another color or give it a transparent color. So let me remove these two here. Well, let me leave the two so that you guys can see. Let's say border transparent. Okay, that's it. But I can basically remove everything here, and yeah, that's it. That's the first thing. So now the next thing I'm going to do is that I want that when we hover it, so I want that when we hover it, within the background color should have a specific color. So let's say I will say focus. The first thing I will say focus. So when, for example, when I say focus, sorry, I'll speak of the hovering, which is not correct. So I'll use here focus, and when I focus, or when the mouse is on the div, what will happen here is that I want the background color to have a different color. That's it. So the thing I will use is focus within, and I will say sorry, background color BG to be this. Let me copy it. Okay, let me just say this and take the correct color, because I have all the colors so that the live can go really fast. So I have all the color. So when I go in, so the next thing I'm going to do is take now focus, the same thing, focus within, and this time I'll give it a border color of something. I'll give it a different border color. So that would simply make sure that the border has a different color every time we focus within it. And to make sure that all this animation work, I'll have to use transition. That's just it. So you see guys highlighting. If I say it's normal highlighting, see. So that's what I wanted to do for this part. So now the next thing I'm going to do is we're going to work on the left button, which is the left side of the view. So the first thing that we did here is to declare a button, and we gave it a color of amber yellow. So now to declare the button, here's it, you use the button tag and so on and so forth. So when declaring a button, you need to give the type of the button and the area label. Sorry. So let me go on and give it, go here and say type is equals to button, and area label, I think it should be like this, is equals to search. That's it. And that being said, let us now go inside it and remove this text and insert the icon. So now the icon that we're looking for, this icon, so we want this icon is in SVG. So I don't have it here. I can just go to the website, go to the element, should have already worked on this website several times. I think it's here. Okay, yeah. I think it's here. So yeah. Okay, here's the button. So where's the button? Yeah, I think here's the. Okay, here's the button. So let me copy this element. Come and paste it here. Save it. So after doing that, the next thing that I'm going to do is to make sure to give it a size, a width, and a height. So to do that is very simple. I just go in here and say class, let's say width 5, height 5. Yes, it's pretty straightforward. So now after doing that, we're going to make sure that, because as you guys can see here, it is a little bit outside of the box and it's a little bit too near the a little bit, the things are a little bit too close. So that's basically a small problem that I'm supposed to make sure that it's working. So now as I said, what I'm going to do now like this, I'll go down to the button, give it some styles and make it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, for example, I'll give it a width of 12 and a height of 12. So that's it. Next thing that I'm going to do, I want to make sure that the text color to be white. Very straightforward. So text color white. The next thing I'm going to do here is to now show you guys visually, because we want that every element in the button to be at the center of the div, and for that we're going to use something very special which we call grid. So I will first of all declare a grid. First thing first, when you do that, it automatically declares a grid. So a grid is like the word grid. So we have something like this with different elements and so on. So now this guy, this loop, this icon is inside a div. So now what we're going to do, well, we want that this icon, because as you guys can see here, the icon is at the center. Yeah, so we want the icon to be at the center. So to do that, there's a special Tailwind class called place item center. That's it. So the icon is at the center of the div. So now that's basically all what we need to do here. I can remove this amber color. That's it. We're pretty correct here. I don't know if I can give this guy a color. So let's say text color, text white. No, I cannot give it a color. So let's say BG white. It's not what I want. So I'll just leave it like that. So you guys see that we have, it's pretty, it looks alike. Show that here is white, it is white, and here is a little bit dark. So that's a very small difference that we don't really need to take in consideration. So now what we're going to do here is just to make sure that we continue with the next part. So and before going to the next part, we're going to add another item, or we're going to add another class, which is to help us to avoid, if we want that Tailwind, we want Tailwind not to shrink our loop. So basically we shall use a string 0 to help Tailwind not to string our loop, to string our icon loop, because as we reduce the screen, the icon loop may reduce also. Let me put it here. so we don't want it. So yeah, for example, I'm going to use string. String was it? Let me see. String, yeah, on the button 0. So Tailwind will not reduce this the size. So Tailwind will not reduce the size of the loop inside the box. That's just it. So that's all for the button. So the next thing we're going to let me reformat everything and make sure it looks nice. So the next thing we're going to do is work on the input size. So yeah, it will be very interesting. So the first thing we're going to talk about is I don't know if any of you guys is watching the live. If yes, you can leave a comment, leave a talk or something like that. So now let us focus on this thing, on the input section. The first thing on the input section that we're going to do here is to declare the input field that we did, as we did well. The next thing is to give it a value cool. Since we like have this state here, so this initial variable from this state, so we can give it a value cool. So let me say value there, value cool. So let's say cool. That's the second. Now we're going to put some unchanged. So we're going to create an attribute and give it an unchanged. So we want that as you enter the value inside the div, it should be stored inside this value cool. And for that, we're going to use the unchanged attribute. That's just it. So now let's say unchanged, yeah, say e this, so e point target point value. I think that's correct. So that's basically all what you need to that's basically all what you need to do for this part. The next thing we're just simply is going to say placeholder and say search something. That's just it. So that's all what we want to do about the input. The next part we're going to talk about the class. So we're going to try and style everything. So to make sure that everything really works. So like, because you guys, if you open again here, you see that the input is going from year to year. So to do that in React, or to do that in Tailwind, we simply use flex grow. That's it. That's why you guys see it's on the right hand side. That's it. That's the first thing. The next thing what I'm going to do here, I want the input to take a fixed height no matter the screen size. So that's why I'll give it, for example, full height. So full height, because it's going to take everything inside the div, so inside this div container. That's just it. The next thing I'm going to do here is simply give it a transparent background color and remove the outline. So for example, if I'll first of all try and remove this border that I put, but let me give the thing a transparent background. Now if I click on it, you guys see that there's this border outline that appears, and to remove that is simple, just say outline none. You can even say outline 4, that's why it's bigger. So outline none, that's it. So you guys see that we have a very nice input box. Hello Tony, I hope you're doing well. Hi. Hello Tong Motivator, hope you're doing great. let me do let us do a survey. Do you find, let's say, does the light brings value? Does the light brings you value? Hope you are doing great. Yeah. Guys should answer the survey. So now I think that we're done with the input. So I cannot type anything. You guys should wait. Maybe let me first of all let me say change it on value is cool. Okay. Yeah, cannot type anything. I think that is, this is set cool here. Okay, that's it. We can even increase the size of the text if you want. So we can say text, say XL. Things better now. That's all for the input. So I don't know if anyone has a question. Hello, Yash. Hope you're doing well. So now that's all about the input section. Now we're going to work on this right hand side. So I don't know if you guys have any question. So we're going to work on this right hand side. So I may zoom it. So this, let us first of all start with layout analysis, because before writing any code you have to first of all try and do some layout analysis. The first layout, we are going to, how do I do this layout analysis? Yeah, first of all you have to observe, look at the what you want to do, and try and try to define it, or try to create separate div from it. That's just it, for separate HTML element for it. So for example, if I want to create something like this, what I will do is that let me just go here. I'll first of all create an outer div like this. Let me reduce the size of the thickness of the thing like this. That's the first thing. Now inside it, I'll create another div. I'll create a button. No, it's not. Sorry, I'll create a div again. Let's say a div again. That will be this button. No, not. It looks like a button, but it's not a button. So let me give it a color red. The next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to have a div here for the car in models text. Let me give it a color of yellow. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to also have a div here for the icon, because it's an icon. I will give it a text of green, a color of green. So that's how basically I will create this thing. So for example here, I'll insert the icon tag with the SVG tag, FVG. Sorry, sometimes I pronounce everything in German, so hello. Now here will be just simple text. Here for example on this div, I will set it out, it will be a flex box, and yeah, here will be the outer div, so the wrapper. So you guys can see that there's a space here, but we're going to do that also. The space here, for example, would be, let's say we shall use, for example, a gap. So now that being said, let us go now and work on this right hand side. So right hand side, I want to know how long have been the live. The live have been just 26 minutes. Not bad. So now let us continue. Now the thing that I'm going to do here is, as I said, I'll create, here's my outer div. Hey, what is it? Okay, here's it, outer div. It's true that, yes, it's being represented with this guy. So if I say, for example, width 11 and height 11, here's it, you guys can see. So the first thing that I'm going to do, as you guys can see here, I'm going to create a div again, this red div. So pretty straightforward. So div. So now this red div, inside that red div, I'm going to have two divs. So this div that will have a icon. There's an error. Maybe. Let's see. Oh, sorry. There's an error here. I made an error. Yeah, that's okay. Eventually, that's how I'm going to design it. I'm also going to design this part, so I think to take that in consideration, because we must introduce the microphone and the image stuff here. So where is that thing? Yeah, we can have it like that. We can have a div for this guy alone, a div again for this guy. That's just it. Okay, so we have introduced, so let's say we have like microphone, mic. We have another div for pictures, pic. So we have now another div for guy. Okay, that's it. That is it. The first thing that we're going to do now is to make sure that the wrapper looks very well. So to do that is very simple. The first thing we're going to do is, like, I'll remove the fixed height, fixed width, and I'll give it a flex item center, so everything will be centered vertically. That's it. I'll remove the border. So, but if I remove the border, you guys will not be able to see what I'm talking about. So item center, that's the first thing, and I will give a gap between every element. So I'll give it, for example, a gap of, so I'll create a space between every gap of the element. So yeah, gap of 1. Maybe you guys can see it's a gap of 12. I don't know why it's not working. Let me rerun everything. Okay, I think everything is right. Yeah. Okay, it's going to work because I think it's because of this outer div. Let's see. Wow, that's it. So it's because of the outer div. Yeah, I've given a gap of 1. I can say gap of 11 also. Yeah, the space will increase, so we just give it a gap of 1. That's the thing. Now I'll give it a padding of so I want that every element to have a padding of 1. So padding on the right hand side. Where's the right hand side? Left. on the right hand side. So because it's touching this boundary here, so give it a pattern of 1. That's just it. I hope it's not touching anymore. So because if I remove this border. Okay. Now let me increase the padding right. Okay, padding of 2. Okay, now it's better. So now we're going to focus on doing hello Kadolf Kittler. So I'm a first year student. I'm learning React, but in recent days I struggled in building logics. Okay, I don't have any proper gradients. Do you have any tips? What can I say? So if you are looking for guidance, you can contact me on LinkedIn or maybe on YouTube if it's possible. And I have also my mail there. And the next thing I can say is I don't really understand what you mean by I don't have any, I cannot build any logics. I don't really understand, because logic is like this one. It's like A implies B, B implies A, if A, something like that. So do you mean real world project, or like what do you mean exactly? So now let us continue with what we were doing. So we are going to first of all work now on the microphone. So here's a microphone, here's a microphone here. So to do that, this part here, let's go and look for the image first of all. Where is it? Here. This is for where's the image of the microphone? Yeah, is it? Yeah. Okay, here's it. There we go, microphone. Here's it. You guys should learn how to use DevTool, because it's really, here's the image of the microphone. So I can just copy it. Copy it and paste it here. So now on the microphone here, I'll go to the class name, say, give it a class name of, I don't know if I have to, I think I have to remove this guy, yeah, because it's not important here. Yeah, let's give it a width of 5, a height of 5, and here is our microphone. So now the problem that we want to do here is we want to style the outer div of our microphone. So eventually we can leave it like this, but don't forget that this microphone stuff here is clickable. So if I click here, you see that it's working. So the best thing that we can do here is to use a button tag. That's it. So now the next thing we're going to do, we're going to try and style the button and give it some particular shapes. So the first of all, whenever you create a button, you always give it the type. So type here is button. The next thing here is the area label. I think that I will call it Tailwind. Sorry. Mic or microphone. That's it. And we have a class name to style everything. Okay. So I don't like the way these guys are displayed. So let me try and remove the border. I don't know. Okay, so where is, I don't know where it is. Let me give this guy a border and see how big is it. Let's see. So gap 1, pressure 2. Let me give it 4. Let me give it 4. Yeah. Okay, good. Let me try and give again, increase the gap and give it 2. Yeah. No. Sorry. 4. Okay, that's good. Now let us go on and style the button. I'll first of all make the button round. First thing. Rounded, hoodie, hood, and I'll give him a fixed height of say 10, a fixed width and height of 10. So 10, 10. That's it. And now I want to create an over effect. So the objective here is that I want that whenever I hover on the button on the microphone, we should have a certain white color, but not that white, but white with some intensity, with low opacity. So like I'll have something white. So white, let me say BG white, like this. BG white, say, choose 10 and give it an opacity of 10. So now if I go whoop, whoop, so now you guys see that there's a problem here. Let me try and remove this border first of all. Let me increase the size. So you guys see that there's a problem here. The microphone is showing, the microphone icon is showing on the left side of the div, is on the left side of the button. So normally I want it to be at the center. So as you guys can see here, the microphone here is at the center. If I can remove everything here, sure that's so it's a bit too much. So the microphone is at the center. So to make it look like, when I remove it, you cannot see it. But if I hover it, there is no over effect here. No, maybe it's because of the def to die activated normally. Okay, there's no over effect here. So, but I would like it to be at the middle, so I will just put it here. And to do that, it's very simple. You go, where is it? Where's my microphone? I just say grid, place, item, center. That's it. And now if I hover, you see guys that it's at the center. That's just what we're going to do here. So basically now we're going to do the same thing for the next part, which is this picture, this snapping stuff here. So I just copy the same guy, copy it. So let me just put here comment here, microphone. So microphone. Go under here and say picture. So the objective of this live is just to demystify front-end development, to show you show you guys how it can be really straightforward. So let me just save it. So now let's go and look for that picture. Okay, here's it. Here's it. Yeah. Okay, here is it. Okay, here is it. And put it here. Okay, here is it. Next. Okay, here's it. Here's the SVG class. SVG class. Let me copy it and delete this guy. Yeah. Reproducer. Put it here. Remove this class. So change it to class name. Let's say. Let's give it a height of 5, a width of 5, and that's it. So I don't know why it's not. Well, here's it. Okay. Wow, good. So everything is okay now. Let me increase. Let me save. Let me reformat everything here. And that's it. So now we're going to, the next part that we're going to do is work on the Kai button. So Kai modus, let me see Kai modus. So we're going to work on this part here. Yeah, this guy here. So let me just be, yeah, here's it. So it's this, all of that is inside button. I don't know if you guys are seeing. Here's it. Button flex. Okay. So to do that is pretty straightforward. Let us create a class name and give it a border of 2. I don't know if it's too thick, and border color. No, tip the border color. Sorry. Now make it full rounded. Full. Now should I give it a fixed width? So now let's give it a width of 12 and a height of 12. Okay. So that's not what I want. Let's look again at everything. So okay, now I think I can do like right full, rounded, left full. Okay, that's not it. But so that will basically be the outer div. Now let us go now focus on the different elements. So the first thing here will be like the what is that icon? This icon, search icon. So search icon. And the next thing will be the Kai modus, Kai text. Kai means künstliches Intelligenz in German. That's all what you need to know about. So don't know if you guys have a question. There's nothing. Okay, nothing in the chat. So now let us continue with what we were doing. So now here, for example, I will say button. So eventually I will just do the same button stuff here. So if I can just copy this guy, paste it here, save it. Let me change it to search icon, and here for example let me go, I don't know why I want this guy here. I think should be yeah. Okay, here's it. I think here is a guy. Okay. I don't know if I have to copy everything or I think that's good. Okay, yeah, what should I use? Just replace this nigga, replace this guy, and post it here, and just give it a class name or with height 15, with height 5, sorry, width 5, with height now 5 also. Okay, here is the thing, we have it, it's nice, everything is nice. So now let us go here and close it. Now let us create a T for the text. So let's say k e modus. Okay, that's it. So I want that everything to be vertically. So I'll say to stand vertically. So I'll say flex whatever. Okay. Next thing, I'll say item center. I think that would be correct. Center. Sorry, items center. The CSS that I'm missing. Okay. Now the premise with this text. Should I put it inside button? Let me check it. I think that both of them are correct. Increase the size. Okay. So let me go first of all here and increase the padding. Let's see the right hand side. Yes, the right, and give a padding of 8. Right of 8. Okay. Now the objective here is to so let us look at it very well. So now what do we have? We have the picture. That's not one idea. So we have the guy modus text. I don't know if I have to change it to a button. Yeah, change it to button. I think it's better. Okay, it's better now. Super. Everything is flex. Guy button. So let me remove this guy, this div, because I think that's making things more harder than it needs to be. Okay, now what is this guy for? Guide. How come I have a button inside button? So no. So I'll change it back to div. Correct. Now I will go here. my guide text. Okay, now I have something better. Yeah, an inside button, I will say flex. It's not working. So what can I do here? Should I like make sure that the div should have two sentence? Okay, I know what I will do. I'll take this guy, put it here outside, and I will like reduce his size. I don't know if I can. Let me say text size. Let me go to the main div and say text extra small. Sorry. Okay. Now what I want. I don't know how to make this guy to stand side by side, so it's like to be horizontally or something like that. Is it because of space? Where's the main div? So here's it. Item center. Oh no. So try adding. Okay. Remove this border. Okay. So I want this guy to be inside. Text. Okay. So the problem now is with the size. I gave it a fixed size, so that's why it's not okay. Okay, wait. Okay. Okay. Oh, I see. I know. I think I understand now. So what I will do here is we have an outer div. I'll call it a button. I'll change it to button. I'll change to button. So now let me try and give it a border and see how it looks like. Okay. Let me see. Around it. Okay, I think now it's better. Let me change this into a div. Div. Oh, wow, it's working now. Where's that main item? Let me increase the gap between the elements. So let's say gap 2. Okay. It's so far from the body on the right, the body on the right. I'll put it to 2 back. Okay. That's it. Okay, it's smaller than that. So let's say 12 is too big. Let me say 5. 9. Okay, 9 is good. I think that is pretty looks the same. So let me remove this over effect on the button. Where's the button stuff? Because it's one thing. Remove this over effect. And give it height 5, width 5. Okay, that's it. That's the button. The border is too thick. No, I want the border, but it's not necessary. Okay, I want that when I go. So now here I can say over border so white. Let me say something. So let me check for a color that I've already used. Sorry. Let's see this color. Good. Let's say yellow. But why it's not appearing? Because maybe it's because of the other. I don't know why it's not working. But basically, that's how it should be working on my stuff. So, guys, I think that's all for today. And I don't know if there's an error between the two. The gap of 2 is too much. Let me say gap of 1. Okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad. How do I edit that border again? Over green. Over white. B. Okay, I see. Okay. Let me see over. I can take this over color again. Item. Normally, I think this guy is not supposed to work, but that's not problem. So now if I go, good. So that's all for today. Wow, it was not that easy. Okay. So that's the website that I've been practically cloned. So basically I try my best to do that offhead. So let us go a little bit and see my LinkedIn and see what's happening. That's it, front end, everything. Wow, that was not easier because you still have to know some small things about design or Tailwind classes. I think that is good for now. It's not that bad. So I really hope you guys enjoy the live. So I'll close the live today. So thank you for watching, and we shall maybe catch up in another day.